Brujohn, I'm going far. Cooking on gas. Therese, I'm gonna please. By kicking arse. She don't take no flack and you don't talk back, or you'll get a smack. If you're up to snuff, she won't call you bluff. Better get out there and use blood buff. I'm a problem childer. I'm a problem childer. I'm a problem childer. Yes, I am. And you're watching a bit of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Hope you're all having a pleasant time. In the previous part, because we're now in part... We were going after Gary Golden, and unfortunately he's gone missing, so what we need to do now is to try and find him, because the Uncaran Sophagus has been stolen from the Natural Mystery Museum. However, in the short term, what we're going to do now is we're going to look for the smut peddlers of Hollywood and try and find out who's been making this snuff film that the Baron of Hollywood wants. And we're going to find out how that goes. I'm just going to take these off because they're a bit distracting. Might need to get used to that. So I'll just hang those off there very quickly. Right, so let's go into the sin bin. Hope you're all having a pleasant time. I know I am. This is going to be the last few... The next few videos I do are going to be the last ones until next year. Unless I can get a bit of time off. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit taken aback by all the pornography. I've never actually been into a porn store before. And yet, I would actually like to work in one of these, I must admit. Nice environment, everyone, you know, surrounded by porn, you know, that's nice. Yeah, and then you get to see people who are more sad than you, which is quite nice.
Hot pants.
Okay, better check that the audio's working as well this time.
The name's Flynn.
Yeah, it is.
I'm the proprietor of this here establishment.
He looks like someone out of 8mm or 7.
Depraved ain't a 4-letter word here. You know what I'm talking about?
Tell me about this place, Flynn.
Oh, we've got
He's not very much like Flynn from Skylanders.
Tell me what makes your bits tingle, honey. I'll set you right up. Man, we got everything you'll ever need. Softcore, hardcore, gay, straight, farm, or furry. We got shockers, shivers, self-lubricators, and strap-ons. Chains, crops, and canes are in the back next to the triple ripples. Like
I think YouTube's going to want to take this video down because of... That paragraph there is enough for this to be taken offline. And it may get worse yet. I really hope there's no nudity, otherwise I'm going to have to probably put a content warning in or something. I can't remember. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you might believe me, millions wouldn't. Maybe we can use some... Okay. Of course a police batten's gonna be here. I don't really need any more melee weapons. Pillball, estrogen, ortho tricycline, whatever it was that we said before. We don't really need any of that stuff. Have I got anything to sell? I know we went to the merchant in the last part. But let's see, shall we? I don't think I've really got anything I need to get rid of. I've got quite a few blood packs. I could do with putting some of those away in one of my safe houses. I wonder if the sex shop would be interested in this. I mean, maybe he might not be, but I'm sure someone would be. No, I think everything's fine there. Oh, severed arm. There's got to be a fisting joke in there somewhere. Let's have a look. Any interesting magazines here? Pain and Suffering magazine. I could read that while I'm working in the porn store. There's a great blog, by the way. I'd recommend checking it out. It's called like Tales from the Porn Shop, and it is funny. It is very funny. They talk about like different products that they've got, and yeah, I guess I might as well. Should have looked around. Never mind. Right, so hang on. What's this? Facts. Need new furniture shop at the Sofa King. We are Sofa King great. Brilliant. Okay. But yeah, they are funny. What's the? I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just having a look on the computer. I know there's some funny stuff here. Okay. Well, I'll let you read this stuff anyway. Oh dear. Oh dear. Rhymes with roots booked. J-Pron. Hmm. God. Soiled train seats. I bet J-Pron is something like Japanese. Yeah, of course I'm guessing, aren't I? Let's use our hacking fate, see what we can find out. I've written the passwords down, because I was about to say that I'd done something good, and that's I've written some of the passwords down, so I could cheat a bit. Right, okay, so we're now in the Peep Show log files, I think so. Oh, not Chastity. Totals, Now these names are going to be important in an upcoming side quest. We may even deal with some vampire hunters in this part. And stupidly, I forgot to set my fucking timer. The Donkey Show. Somehow, I don't think that's got to do with the DK I'm thinking of. Just remind me, did I go for... Yes, I did. Right, okay. And we just typed in general. Yeah, that's fine. Right, okay, private. DMP. Ah, that'll be Death Mass Productions. I guess you just pick up the phone down the street and say... Right. I think my neighbour's back. So I better not be too loud. I like to record when no one's next door, so then I'm not shouting and whatnot. Sticking to the farm stuff. Oh, good. Good, yeah. This is becoming a rather revealing thing now, I think. It's starting to look less like an accident that John, came across the pawn shop. Anything in here? Anything useful? A gun in the toilet like in The Godfather? No? The Godfather games are great. If ever you get a chance to play those. The second one's really polished, but a lot more condensed. The first one, though, is an open world. Sorry, I forgot to press E. The first one's open world. It's actually very good. It's aged very poorly, but I love it. I've got a lot of nostalgia for it, and I remember, like, absolutely, I'd never seen the Godfather films before then, and I loved. And I love the game. Fantastic game. Just quickly save again. So we've now got a name for this Death Mass Productions. Calls me on one of the payphones by the red spot. Okay. Oh yes, let's have a look at. Oh, we've got 28 XP. Let's start spending some of this now. So I would like to go for a bit of defense. So is there any way I can go for that without it costing too much? I mean, that is going to affect my unarmed combat as well. Oh, that's my melee combat, though. So I'd be actually better off going for dodge. So I get more combat defense. I'd like to go for that again, but it is 9. But that's going to be very useful to me. Is there anything else I can go for? I can go for this. That will increase my defense as well. That's actually going to increase my bashing protection. I'd like to go for one more there, but let's have a look. Is there anything else I can go for? My computer skill is fine. I would like to up it a bit more, but at 9 points, I'm not so sure. I think it is time, though, I went for an increase to my vampire powers. I'm using presence a lot, potence a lot, but I could go for presence, because that gives me, that's actually really good for me, because I'm starting to go into more tanky characters in game now. So I wouldn't mind actually reducing my enemy's attack power. So that's reducing their strength, wits and perception, and a reduced rate of attack, which might be useful. Because I don't just want to keep going for that. Because, I mean, I feel as though my damage is already fine. But I think I'll go for presence. Because I use that a lot, and I never really level it that far. And it's also good for the dialogue as well. So that's good. So I might go for dexterity later. But yeah, I think that's a wise investment. Let's just have a look at it now. I'm really happy with this now, so yeah, let's carry on. Just save the game again. So yes, I'm doing alright, I hope you guys are. This video will be after Christmas. It's currently the 19th of December, so this is the last few videos I can do. Sorry, I'm trying to find the hotspot now. I think it was back down here. Well, we can find out, because we're going to have a look around Hollywood anyway. So yeah, so I'm going to be going away for Christmas soon. I hope you all have a very merry, bloody Christmas, and I hope you have a very good New Year. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, you celebrate something else like Hanukkah. I really do hope you have a good time, and yeah, because I am having a good time. For some reason, my viewing figures for this are just massively shot up. I say massively; it's gone up like by 3 each video, but still, that's pretty good for me though. Yeah, people are actually sharing these. I don't know if it's Devon of Wild Potato Industries. If he is, thank you ever so much, Devon, for watching. You know, I'm not just watching your streams so you can watch mine or whatever. No, I really do enjoy his content. Ah, that's the red spot. I see. So, this is the phone. Is the phone going to jump out of my hand again?
The moon is a mysterious
Yes, it is.
mistress. The Lucky Star Motel.
Ah, now we've got to go to the Lucky Star. I wonder if you can kill several birds with one stone. Right, I could go there, but I'm going to pick up a side quest, and I wonder if this is the first one we do for the person we're about to see. Because we're about to see... I think actually we're going to meet a Toreador lass, which will be interesting. But I'm not too sure. Let's find out who she is. Oh, no cover after 8 PM. I don't know what no cover means. Clothing? Don't know. Cover of darkness? Don't know. Vesuvius. Yes, this is a nice place. Yes, it's a nightclub. And I'm sorry, I'm blathering. Ah, this is the lady we need to see.
Oh, look what just walked in. I can't imagine you'd get much of a rise out of Vesuvius, being what you
So yeah, so thank you, Devon of Wild Potato Industries, for sharing my videos, and also as well Twin Cities by Night. Twin Cities by Night. They're a Vampire the Masquerade podcast. They specialise more in the tabletop game, but they really seem to like what I talk about when it comes to this stuff. So thank you ever so much. If you're sharing it, great. Check them out. That's the least I can do for them.
Just 14 little steps. I'll make it worth it.
So this is Velvet.
You'd be missing out if it wasn't.
Fair enough.
I'm not going to force you to come upstairs with me. I've never had anyone refuse. I just thought we might have something in common, you and I. Well, you know where to find me if you change your mind.
Very impressive jiggle physics. Anyway, to Velvet's room, where she's got pictures of other ladies who dance. Yes, very nice. I must admit, I'd like the aesthetic if it weren't so shit, basically. Just look at these textures. That's so... I'm sorry, I'm going
Isn't this
full mental mode
leaving
here.
me alone for just a little
I'm killing the mood.
away from jihad and the nonsense and the dangers, just the two of us. I don't want to spoil the moment, but there's a reason I needed to speak to you alone.
I must admit as well, I am... Ah, Toreador.
Oh yes.
Oh,
What gave me
yes.
away?
I like when I'm right. Your beauty, your passion, your histrionic attempt to be deep. You're writing this shit out of me. I'm going to go for a persuasion one this time. Your passion.
How absolutely intoxicating for you to notice. I'm beginning to
You can also tell she's a Toreador because she's in red. That's the only identifying mark I know.
And the rest of the Hollywood kindred have been under surveillance lately by hunters.
Unless they're one of the
I
sorcerers.
didn't want you to say anything that might draw attention. Maybe not. I'm Velvet. Valor. Call me Velvet.
It's a good job I had a wank
It's
before
been
this
months
because I
since
would
I've seen
honestly I'd have to cut the video short.
I was starting to take it personally. And who should finally walk in but a real celebrity?
It is. I apologise if I'm a bit quiet because I don't really have much to say at the moment. There's not really that many topics I've got. if things get quiet. They may get a bit frustrating in a bit, though, because we may have to go to the sewers. Not the good sewers that we know, the Nosferatu sewers, and that may require a bit of God mode. Hello there, and welcome to a bit of God mode.
Hunters. Yes. They've been staking out Hollywood for several weeks. They've been in Ash's club, mine, a few others. I think they're whittling down their list of suspects. I'm a bit nervous. Until recently, I had one right under my nose. For a few weeks, one of them was working here at Vesuvius, keeping an eye on the clientele. I found a weapon in her locker and I fired her. She's still in Hollywood watching my club.
Again, I don't understand how people don't know there are vampires in the world. Like, my Toreador character had blue skin. Like, this lady has fangs. Surely it's obvious.
Would you? I think it might be a little much
right.
to ask.
The thing I was thinking of in the Lucky Star Hotel isn't going to happen yet.
You'd really be willing to do this for me? I won't lie.
Now, this is one of the most frustrating side quests in the game, if you don't know what you're doing. I do now, but I had a bit of a tough time with this one because I tried to avoid bloodshed.
She works over at the sin bin now. Her hair's blonde, on top. Broken heart tattoo on the small of her back. Dances under the name Chastity, as if that wasn't a dead giveaway.
But yeah, I want all the XP I can get, because the next big fight that we do, which is coming
So
up,
if there are other dancers or patrons around,
I'm
we'll
going to
have to lure
want
them away from her.
a lot of help.
Do it as
I want all the help I
quietly
can
as
get, basically.
No witnesses, please. And be careful using disciplines around the hunter.
Don't worry, the only potence I'll be using is Viagra. Right, I'm not promising anything. Before I go, I understand. I'll go take care of your problem. Right, okay. Velvet can also become a bit of a love interest, something of an obsessive at times. Again, like as if I'd written the game. God, Hollywood's really my zone, isn't it? Yeah, she emails you quite often later on, and she sends you pictures that could be quite valuable. And in fact, one of them she sends, it's like a signed autograph or whatever. It's like a signed picture with her, of her, and it's like worth $500, something like that. I'm thinking, fuck me, that's quite good. But I won't be selling it because it has much sentimental value. Actually, I suppose in this playthrough I can. Speaking of this zone being designed by me, it was very clearly rushed. You can really begin to see where the...
Feel free, babe. This is a treasure trove of human banality. Working here, you meet lots of types of man. You get stories.
Oh god, this really is my world.
This is a place where writers go to study human behavior, man.
Yeah, it's like you really begin to see how...
Writer's such a tarnished term, you know what I mean? It's like every other guy...
how the budget ran out. Sorry, my mind completely blanked. Because the side quests started to run out, especially in Chinatown. There's fuck all to do. You're really not there for very long. There's more dependence on small instances as opposed to, you know, doing things in-house.
It's called passion, man. It's like my calling, okay? Like the reason for my existence. I'm always like constantly in thought about how to approach my next project.
Yeah, it's like the devs really struggled to get this game out, I think, before Half-Life 2 released.
Does a writer write, or does he just like...
I mean, this is exactly me in college. Porn, writing,
you know, most of my
love interests.
with old horror films, so that's what I write mostly, I guess.
Yeah. It's all there. This is Hollywood is the John Roberts story, apparently.
Me? I'm like looking to redefine the vampire movie, okay? Like,
I like
tons of
this.
people make
I'll let you
vampire
guys
films
listen
like
to it.
popular characters, but me, I'm gonna be doing the real deal. Like, not only is it gonna be scary, but it's gonna be believable.
Yeah, what do you know about vampires?
Well, in my story, it's not like about garlic and bats, okay? It's about vampire societies and stuff. You know, like, what would vampires be really all about? I mean, how do they blend into society without being discovered?
I'm sorry, you must die. No, I'm not going to go for that option just yet, because this is what I wanted to come back to. We need to find out more about this story. So we've shown an interest, so that might have earned a bit of trust. You know what we've got to do, don't you? I'm going to have to save the game, because last time I did this, not staring at his arse, I mean feeding on him, he wouldn't sort of leave his trance. Bag-in-a-box television, very nice. Oh, okay. That is lichens, but there's a weird poem on it. See if you can determine the guest home address. Okay. Interesting. I hadn't noticed that before.
You have nightmares about them. Help me out.
No. Don't you know?
That looks like my old computer, actually. The one I previously reviewed on. What was the password again? Lichens. That tells me this might be a bit werewolf related. But we shall see. Room 3. Let's have a look inside. Is it blood buff? Let's try it. Let's see if this works. No. Right. I need higher lockpick skill. Can we go to room 4? Let's have a look in here. Try all the rooms. Let's see what we can find. Because oh, fuck's sake. Because I know we need some of them. Alright. So we can't go into that one yet. Go into here.
My work is done.
Okay. So it was, well, his corpse has disappeared, but we found Muddy Mike Durbin, who is related to the bounty hunters, I believe. He's gone out the window. Someone went out the window. His name was Guy, or at least that was his subtitle name, and he said, "My work here is done." For leaping out the window, so I wonder if that's related to the lichens mentioned before, or if that's a vampire. Well, in which case, it would be related to the vampires. But we shall see. Is there anything else we can glean from this place? Nope. Nothing there. He's back to normal. I see. Any other rooms we can explore just yet? So we've got to go to the Brothers Salvage to find out who the Carnival of Death killer is. Look at Star Hotel, room 2. Okay. I don't think that's a room we checked. I might be along there. Now, for some reason, I was under the impression there was some kind of trap around here, but I might just have to be careful. So I'm thinking of like I think what I'm thinking of is New Vegas with the oh God, what was it? The room with the scorpions in it. Like, there's loads of rad scorpions. The golden ones. I can't remember what they're called. Is there anything over there that I can get into? I've just completely ignored, by the way, that the place is covered in blood and handprints. And bloody handprints. Anything there? Nope. Oh, well, right, I think we've got everything. I'm sorry, I don't want to give everyone epilepsy or trigger any epilepsy. But, yeah, I do like to thoroughly investigate. Can't go in there either. That's room 1. So, we're now going to find out what was left there. I did feed... the key to the internet cafe. Right. So we're going to go to the internet cafe now. Now I've got a feeling that this upcoming part is going to might take a while. But once again it's there's more pornographic antics. Joy of joys. I think I'll just call this one the porn episode. Ground zero. Right, okay, so we're in here now. Going to go upstairs. I think it's upstairs. And find out what's going on. And we might have time to face a boss. We shall see. Anything I need to know about here? Right. Might need to... Bloody hell! Christ on a bike! They use blood buff. Right. Jesus, what's going on? Prat! Who's doing what? I'm gonna kill your asses now. Come on. Sorry, I'm not quite in the fighting spirit at the moment. I was not expecting so much carnage right around the corner. I'm gonna hide here for a bit. Okay. Well, all of this stuff is interesting and new. I know I shouldn't dwell on it, but I really am fascinated by things like this. It's interesting how they actually do all this kind of stuff. Huh. Anyway, let me get on the bed. I want to read the laptop. Can I hack it? No. No. I don't know what that is or why it's even here, but yeah, I think that's all the monsters dealt with. I'd like to double check. Ah. All times. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Oh shit! There's something down. I knocked it over again. Well, anyway, right. That's the porn industry looked at. How nice. Can we get in through here, I wonder? No. Can't break in. Is that creature still in there? Because I might be able to shoot it. No, apparently not. Just watch my back. Ah, DMP. There we go. Not that MP, like that Minister. Deathmask Productions. Ah, now this is where the good stuff's made. I see. I wonder what that hole's for.
Oh, Jesus, man, what the fuck is going on up there? Dead, everyone slaughtered up. Oh, God. Don't make any noise. They'll hear us. Yeah, I mean, no. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm with DMP. You 5-0.
I'm assuming that means police 5-0, like Hawaii 5-0. Is it Hawaii 5-0? I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but we didn't make that shit. One of the guys stole it. Found it in the creepy house in the hills. We just copied it and put our names on it. Worse than anything we ever
Stole
did.
it.
Worst thing I ever saw.
Not them. In the creepy house in the hills. Which one? We've seen so many of the fucking things. It's unbelievable. Again, how do people not know there's vampires and shit in this world? Okay, yeah.
Some of it, yeah, it was
I don't know what a
bad, but,
parcheesi
no one
is.
really mattered. Junkies, runaways, mostly doing them a favor.
I may have to.
Please, just get me out of here.
I would like to know about that mansion. Oh dear. God almighty, that thing's terrifying. At least you get to see it. Oh, come on. Give me some better lighting. Ah, let's bring him into the light. Nope, that still doesn't help. These things are fucking horrifying where they are, anyway. Ah, there. Oh, God. Just when we got a good view of them as well. I blew them to smithereens. I mean, they're not particularly hard to kill, but because they're supernatural beings, they automatically get, like, a bonus to damage and, like DOTs. Now, I think I can go there as well. No, no, right. It's definitely this way. Okay. There we go. So you've got to make those noises to get up there. It's like fucking Alien Covenant or whatever. Not Alien Covenant, the other one. What's that one on Isolation? Except they're not crawling around for fucking ever and hating the game for it. It's good for you. Sounds like romanticized alcoholism, but okay. Shit. I must admit, I love the splatter. It's all very fun. So, I think that's us just about done. Oh, of course. It literally leaped from the bushes. Leaping from the bushes. Now that's a new one. I just knew that was going to happen. Not because I played the game all the time, but of course that had to happen. Is the one behind the sofa? Yes, fascinating stuff. Anyway. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Ah, dear. I'm going to check what this word means very quickly.
It's not my problem.
Oh. A four-handed Italian board game in which cowrie shells are thrown to determine the movement pieces around the board. Oh. Ah, no. Urban Dictionary says something else. Is widely used a subversive reference to sex. Many refute the film. Alright, yes. It's from Paris When It Sizzles. Like bacon! Bacon sizzles nicely. What's the best sizzling activity? Sizzling activity? Is it eating bacon? Or eating arse? I'm sure that's one of the great mysteries that will be solved in a bit of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, or on Prime Minister's Questions. I'd vote for someone who said eating bacon. Anyway, onwards. Very quickly check the time, because I can only do so many parts. I think I've only got about 2, maybe 3 parts of me at most.
Any luck? Then this is no doubt the
Now we get to watch the entire thing. Ooh, goody! Maybe we even see the credits.
Into what its motives are.
Sitting comfortable, kiddies. You came to the wrong house, fool! Sorry. I'd love that to happen. I don't know if I said this before, but for a snuff film, it's got great cinematography.
The house in the tape.
I like the little
know it.
effects as well
It's in
towards the edge
hills,
of the screen to
King's
show
Way,
this.
if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know
My
what
guess
that
is that
is,
the
but
thing
it's
that
like
made this tape is
all
using
filmic
these creatures to
effects.
hound
Anyway.
the Nosferatu, which would explain their sudden absence. They're trapped. Well, it's unfortunate that the prince needs you to see the Nosferatu, because it looks like this fiend knows how to get at them, and I doubt he's going to draw a map for you. Looks like King's Way is your only way in, unfortunately. I can have a car drop you off when you're ready. If I don't hear from the Nosferatu within the next few nights, I'll tell LaCroix he's going to need a new leading lady and march a few of my own troops up there. If I may give you one final word of warning, do not trust LaCroix. Do not play the damned politics of the Camarilla. This city hasn't needed them in a long time, and won't ever. That's for you to decide. I only know who you can't trust.
Thank you, Isaac. Very much appreciated. This is the last we'll see of Isaac, unfortunately. I must admit, Isaac, in the little time that we had of him, saw of him, he was, he sort of grew on me, and I like how he sort of trusts you towards the end, and gives you enough credit to say that, you know, that you are capable, but still possibly in danger. I don't know. I've never been in this building before, but for some reason there's a lock on it. I don't know what it is. Oh, I think it might be a safe house for us. That'll be nice if we get that later. Or if there's a quest that takes us there. Right, I'm sorry, I'm asking about. Shall we do this? I think we should go to the haunted house. Or should we... Well, we've got 35 minutes, let's fucking do it. Let's go kill shit! Right. Okay. See if I can let the cat in. Apparently not. Hang on, who let me in? Or did I just leap over? What the hell, that gate must have scratched the... God almighty. I would be looking for compensation if I had a security gate that did that. Right, anyway, this is the house where the stuff film was recorded. Can't go in through the front. Let's save very quickly. Hell's Teeth is one of my favourite exclamations. It really is. And I can't remember where I heard it. I think it was in... was it in... the TV show series Rome? That's one of the few TV series I've actually finished, and I love it. I love Rome. I finished watching Black Sails as well. That's so good. If ever you get the chance to watch Black Sails, it's fantastic. Great pirate series. Not gonna lie, didn't like it very much getting towards the end, where the sort of characters start to mistrust each other, and that and people turn to the British Empire. Not hugely fond of that part of it, but otherwise, yeah, good TV show. I'd strongly recommend it. I can't remember what other TV shows I've watched that I've enjoyed. Doc Martin's always good. That's funny. I'm probably going to watch that when I go to my mum's for Christmas. Just watch that. Just binge watch that while I'm not doing anything good in World of Warcraft. And this is... Ah, shit. I might have to top up my blood before long. Yes, there's lots of enemies here. Oh my god. Wait. They've got veins in, haven't they, these curtains? Are they actually made of people? Because, I mean, everything else is. Jesus, I mean, everything is made of people. The lampshade, I love lamp, haha. This thing, the door curtains, the chair is made of people. Toothbrushes aren't. Right. Anything here? No. Right. I don't know why we're trying to be stealthy, because we're going to have to kill these things anyway. They're going to burst out of every fucking orifice. Right, this is a dark as shit room. chairs are made of people. Oh. Ooh, nice. The mummy wrap fetish. Let's have a look. Here we are. Gazing upon this mummified fetish, you feel a rush of vitality to your undead flesh. Increases passive healing rate by 20%. Fetishes, that's another thing here as well. Fucking hell. It's all here. Well, Johnbonne, this is your life! Anyway. That's made of people, whatever the hell it is. That, oh, this is made of people. That pillar there, people. That ceiling lump is people. That's what happens when you have a flood. That's why you don't make a ceiling out of people. Whatever that is, that's probably made of people. The oven. Fleshy ball. A weird and disgusting fleshy ball. Okay, fine. I don't think that was there before. I wonder if it tames these creatures. Like, if I throw it, they fetch it and stuff. I don't know. I don't think that was there before the patch, though, so... Oh, well. There's bones in the walls. Right, this was actually really quick. I think I'm missing a skill book, though. I want to have a very quick look around, because we're coming up to the boss. But I would like very much to get everything. I'm certain there was a skill book. Or maybe I'm being a bit too greedy, because we have... wait a minute. Is the piano insides made of people? Possibly. We'll put that on the maybe list. Doors don't open. Trying to find... I think there's anything else. Right, oh god, I've got to face this boss. Oh, Jesus. Are you ready to see the most scary motherfucker in the game? Because I'm not. Presence, potent. Right, so one click forward. Right, okay. This guy.
Hello, young K-Knight.
Got some real Hellraiser shit going on here. It is not hands that call us, but desires.
That you cannot express shock. Tell me, child, is my appearance that frightening? Or is it my knowledge of you that is so unnerving? Oh, child of Cain.
Haven't I said that before?
The sights in this haven pale in comparison to my ancestral estate. Comfort is a custom, and all of this artifice brings me closer to my home. Do not fear for my furniture, young one.
K-Knight has wares if you have coin. Okay, Wild Potato Industries, if you want to come in right now and talk about David Cronenberg for 5 minutes, please do. Yeah, I'll give you a minute to type out your comment. Because he does like his Cronenberg and his Lynch and his Cage. All the Davids.
Oh yes, the tape. Merely a test. Certainly not intended to fall into mortal hands. Fortunately, we are in the capital of mortal trickery and illusion. So did the tape drive you to find me?
The Houses of Parliament. Oh!
Child.
I'm longing to kick your ass. What the hell is all this about?
To gouge out the eyes of the Camarilla. The sewers are clogged with my creations. I will kill or drive the Nosferatu from their pestilent nests. Without the sewer rats to guide them, the Camarilla will be blind to the Sabbat's designs.
Oh, right, I thought it was an anarch then, because he was trying to, break the Masquerade and such. Oh god, the guy in the corner just twitched.
It is not for me. It's for the will of the Sabbat.
I like how he's not letting insults get him down. This is the guy who I aspire to be. How long must his neck be?
Only as pawns of
I'm asking that when his head is
they
massive.
answer the call of the ancient and seek to free him from his torpor.
Reminds me of the guy. Reminds me of Dimsdale from Fairly Odd Parents. Oh no, the Dimsdale Dimmadome!
He slumbers.
His head's just going off.
Sarcophagus. Fathers whose return shall hearken the reckoning.
Anyway.
Gehenna is at hand, and the Camarilla are unwittingly speeding us all toward our doom.
I just found myself a bit of liquid courage.
Blessed
Before I go and face this guy.
I have broken through their mortal crust and drawn from them their greatest strength, mutability. I coax bone, weave flesh, and lay sinew tight until it strains to lash out.
I'm a big fan of Clive Barker and this kind of stuff, so I love body horror. And that's why I love this guy. The Flesh Crafters.
Illegals, mongrels, half-bloods, and caitiff, the bane of society, kindred and kin. They are as of little consequence to authority.
Oh, keen, not kine. Sorry.
It is a culling of sorts.
And Mama's gonna do the culling. I'm gonna go for option 3. I want to hear a bit more about what he's got to say, but I've got to do that. I've got to say, a Mama's gonna be doing the culling. Get a Mama who can do both.
Now, Camarilla whelp.
I'm not Camarilla.
See you fight your nature in the face of those who have embraced their beast. Deny yourself Cain's gifts and be torn asunder by my minions.
I like that the game actually gives you a chance to prepare with that dialogue option. So, this guy likes to teleport in pools of blood. He will become a pain in the arsehole towards the end of the game. Got to deal with his ads because I really don't like these guys. But if he ever appears, I don't take it. Right, drink some blood. I like how they make like wild cat sounds. Right, he just needs one more punch in the head. Celerity doesn't seem to be going any faster. I think it just actually slows the game down. It slows time down anyway. Any actions. Nice. That wasn't too bad. To think, I hesitated. This guy. He's got blue eyes as well. I like his eyes. I don't know what's going on with his tube there, but still. Any more oddities to look at? Yeah, I think they're all the same. God, that's boring. I like that there. It's yeah, it's nice cable management there to get your tubes in the wall. How lovely. Oh, okay. I think what we're going to do now is going to go. Ooh. We're going to go into the sewers. Oh shit, we're going to go into the sewers. Fuck. Because I haven't checked any information on this. Alright, I'm going to need some blood because I'm going to frenzy. Not that it really matters because there's no NPCs here, but still, it's a good job I didn't put any of that blood in the bank. because I need to do what I do. Alright, so this is going to be a pain in my arse. Thankfully, we don't need to employ stealth that much, because is this just going to take me back to Hollywood? No, it's locked. Shit. We don't really need to employ stealth just yet. We will do later, because there's some very, very grotesque enemies, and if you thought the ones we saw just then were bad, you ain't seen nothing yet, to quote Judas Priest. Alright. No, the way is going to be locked as well. Okay, sorry, I have to go backwards because I can't see what's in front of me. Okay, anything else? Oh, looks like that's the only way. Right, okay. I really hope I can do this quickly. Save, now we've done that. I'm going to try and get out of here as fast as I can because I don't want to be here. I mean, I will defend sewer levels a lot of the time. I will say that I do like the grime and the grot and the pestilence and the plague. Just making sure nothing comes out of there. But they can be an arse to navigate. This is one such moment where it is. Is there a hole over there that I can climb out of? Yes, there is. So I think if I go in this way, I can get out that way. There is actually quite a lot to explore here. They really have made this like a really large level. Excuse me. But I don't really want to do that much here. Especially when combat really doesn't give you XP. It's not like you kill enemies and you get like 50 XP a pop. Oh bloody hell, I think we've actually done the worst of it. We'll see. I'm not really bothered about exploring the lore. Basically what's been going on here is the sewer workers have been getting constant reports. We'll see here. As you'll see here, I think there's about 3 ledgers here. Where are the ledgers? Oh, I better put my leather armor on. I'll show that off in a minute. Where's the ledgers? Oh, nice! I can read that book at long last. Any more books we can read? Nope, not yet. Well, our security skill has increased, that's good. Where the fuck's the ledger? Is it here? Ah, here we are. I've got quite a spot, is it? Yeah, so if you want to read these, I'll let you pause and click through them. I'd also recommend checking out the Vampire the Masquerade wiki as well. There's a fan wiki that's a brilliant resource. I'd strongly recommend it if you're into Vampire the Masquerade. So, yeah, so the sewers have been... there's been complaints of strange noises and whatnot. You've got all these people, bureaucrats and that, looking into it, and, you know, it's like the town's trying to look into like missing sewer workers and whatnot. And yeah, it's basically just confirming what we all know. I will say this much for it. I think it's a bit unfortunate that we're seeing this after we've discovered these horrible creatures, because this doesn't build up any suspense. Like, we know what's happened. Unlike with the journal in the Ocean Arms Hotel, whatever it's called. You know, the hotel that we found the ghost in for Therese and Jeanette Verman. So yeah, it's like it was building up a mystery. Like, it was haunted, but why? We didn't know until we read that journal. I don't know why they write this. I don't know why they write that. They just say, "Saw creature, send help." Or, "When I die, bury me upside down so the whole world can kiss my arse." Or something like that, you know? So yeah, as I say, if you want to read these, I'm gonna let you read through them. I'm not gonna do any special voices for them or anything. So if you want to pause, you can. We've got 15 minutes until I have to end the recording. I'll actually end it about the 5-minute mark because I keep letting these go on for too long. So yeah, it's like the Dark Brotherhood building in Shadenhall. Total denial that anything's up. Haunted sewers bricked up over bodies never found. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just a bit confused because I would spend hours here before, and I know this isn't really the way as such. I better just find out what sewer that is actually. But yeah, there's more to these places than this, but I can't go through there yet. We'll carry on travelling. I just need to know: is this the Hollywood sewer, or have we entered a new place? Let's have a look. Oh no, that's for the Nosferatu. So yeah, they use that map there to navigate the world because they can't get in taxis. Right, 1 Asian theatre, 2. Right, I don't even know where we're supposed to be going anyway. I'm gonna find them. We should tell Isaac about this later. Oops, daisies. Press the contact thing there. Right. Okay. So, in fact, let's go find Isaac now because I want to know if he's got a key to somewhere in the sewers. Because we've dealt with his little problem. The Masquerade has been upheld. For the time being, anyway. I really hope we don't have to go back in there. And if we do have to go back in there, I will make a new part. And we'll go in the sewers once again.
Evening. Exceptional. Come by in a little while. I should have something for you then.
Okay. Okay, so he'll have a gift for me later. So I'll pick it up then. However, we're going to go into the sewers because I don't think he'll give me that little gift. So we'll just carry on. In 3 minutes time. Or rather, 3 minutes, I should say. So yes, we've said goodbye to Daddy Isaac for the time being. Now, where do we go from here? I don't really want to go back into the sewers and just do all that again. I don't really want to go through this door. Not that it's going to let me anyway. Trying to remember what we did. I know it's down here. It's got to be down here. I think we're trying to get to there. It's on the calendar. No, right. Okay. I think there's guns in here. Could be a monster. Close enough. Ammunition. That's brilliant. Oh. Is that my graphics card melting, or is that something that's supposed to be that red? Oh, hang on. See, alright, okay. I keep pressing Z to go into like third-person view, but all I need to do is just press left-click. So I'm constantly wrestling with my fingers to try and get into that mode. Go back, you prick. And but all I need to do is just left-click and it goes into melee mode. Now, let's find out what's down here. I know there's some puzzles coming up later. But we'll see if we can get those done relatively quickly. Because I might end up getting stuck and it's such an easy puzzle. And I may need to actually listen to the sound as well. Ah. There we go. So, I'm going to go to the... where should we go? Left or right? I don't know why I'm asking. Makes no fucking difference. And I can't ask you, can I? Because you're not going to get this video until after Christmas. In which case I've probably had a good time as well. Right, I am going to end this video here. As soon as we get out here. In the next part we will be continuing our adventures in the sewers and hopefully finding Mr. Gary Golden. Who keeps reminding me of the Garibaldi biscuit from well, from the time when there were Garibaldi biscuits and Ashes to Ashes and Life on Mars TV show. That's another TV show to recommend. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to end it here, and I will see you all later. Ta-ta for now.